Hi, welcome to Books with Lexie. I'm very excited to share my very first round of Escape the TBR with you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I post 2 to 3 videos a week and host reading sprints as well. In this video, I'm going to be playing my very first round of my new TBR game, Escape the TBR, as well as sharing my TBRs for Predictathon, Holiday Romcomathon, and Christmas Evil Readathon, and also the books for some book clubs I will be participating in December. So I, along with 2 of my friends, Michelle and Monica, host the Pyramid Book Club. We are a book club that reads multiple different genres. We are not set to a specific genre, so it's really fun to read a wide range of books together. For the month of December, we will be reading Magic, Lies, and Deadly Pies by Misha Pop. This is a cozy-ish mystery that follows a woman who helps avenge women done wrong by men with the secret ingredient in her pie. The discussion for this will be on Monica's channel towards the end of the month, and we will be doing reading sprints for this as well. I'm really looking forward to reading this. The audiobook is on Scribd if you would like to read along. And I have a link in the description where you can get a free trial if you are interested. The other book club I will be participating in, I'm really excited because I am going to be co-hosting the Lights Out book club hosted by my friend Sav from Riveting Reads. For December, we are going to be reading The Last Invitation by Darby Kane. This is a mystery thriller that follows a group of people who meet every second Tuesday of the month, and they take a vote and then somebody dies. Even with that very short synopsis, I cannot wait to read this one. So I'm really excited to discuss this on Sav's channel sometime in the end of December or beginning of January. I will have the Instagram accounts for both the Pyramid Book Club and the Lights Out Book Club linked in the description, as well as my co-hosts for the Pyramid Book Club and Sav. Next, I'm going to be talking about readathons. I'm going to start with the Holiday Romcomathon because I'm only going to be reading one book. I will be reading A Merry Little Meet Cute. This is the group book, and I believe it fits all of the prompts. I will have all of the information linked in the description for you. I don't remember all of the prompts, but this is what I'm going to be reading. It is hosted by Michelle, Aoife, and Brianna. So I'm looking forward to reading this as my one Christmas romance for the year. Next, I will be participating in the Christmas Evil Readathon. There's a plethora of hosts, so I will make sure that they are all linked in the description. I don't want to say them now and accidentally leave somebody out, but I'm really excited to participate in this. There are multiple prompts. I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I am picking one that I know fit at least 4 of the prompts, and then throughout the month I'm going to just hope that other things I read fit other prompts. So the book I'm going to be focusing on for the Christmas Evil Readathon is The Visitor by Sergio Gomez. This is a horror novella, and on the cover there's a Christmas tree and an alien. I read the synopsis at one point, but I don't know anything about it at this moment, but I'm really looking forward to it. And then the third readathon I'm going to be participating in is Predictathon. This is my readathon, and I have 6 other co-hosts. They will all be linked in the description as well as my announcement video, but that is running December 1st through 15th. And this round is focused on reading 5-star predictions. So we have 5 prompts. You do not have to read 5 books, but I'm going to choose 5 for right now. We'll see how it goes. I will have a vlog out. The first prompt is to read a book by an author you have previously given 5 stars, and for that I'm going to be reading Little Eve by Katrina Ward. I've read the 2 most recently published and absolutely loved them. This was actually originally published before those 2, but this is a reprint. I love this cover, and I am really looking forward to reading this. I have been scared to read it because I know that it was written before the other 2, so I might not love it as much, but I really still have high hopes for this one. The next prompt is to read a book with your favorite trope. So I'm going to be reading The 22 Murders of Madison May. One of my favorite tropes is like time travel, playing with time, parallel universe type things, and this has that. That's all I really know about this. With the title and that description, I feel like this could be a 5-star for me. The next prompt is to read a book that someone with similar reading taste to you has given 5 stars, and for this I have picked a book that my friend Amy from Amy Noel Reads has given 5 stars. So I don't use Goodreads and I don't have the feature of comparing all of your books, but I feel like generally Amy and I do line up on a lot of things, obviously not everything. But she's the one I picked, and I'm going to be reading When the Reckoning Comes by Latanya McQueen. I am excited for this. It is short. I have the audio from Libro FM that I got last year, and I've heard really good things about this from people in general, but I did pick it specifically because of Amy, so no pressure. Next is a 5-star prediction you have been putting off, and I'm going to be reading Chasing the Shadows by Maria V. Snyder. I have been putting this off because it is the second in a series, and I don't know how to put that into a video, and that is when I do most of my reading. It's not that I would never pick this up, but I also don't have the audio for it, so I can't get through it as quickly as I would with other books, so I just end up prioritizing other things, but now is the time. This is a YA sci-fi series, and YA is not really my thing, but I really loved the first one, and I think I could love this one as well. And then the last book for Predictathon, the prompt is to read a book in the genre that you give the most 5 stars to. Listen, I'm cheating. This is not my top, but in the subgenre of fantasy, there's like fabulism, magical realism, like contemporary fantasy with a sprinkle of something, and a lot of those get 5 stars from me. And I've heard incredible things about this one, so even though it's YA and makes me really nervous, I am putting this on my Predictathon TBR, and it is Dig by A.S. King. So this one really makes me nervous, but I've heard it's weird and has slightly magical elements, so we're gonna give it a go. So those are the 5 books I plan on reading for the 5 prompts for Predictathon. Depending on how things go, I may end up taking some of those off and like doubling up, but for right now, those are my plans. Okay, now to get into the part that I know you have been waiting for, I am going to play Escape the TBR. Here's the more close-up tour. Look, it's not anything fancy, but this is the board. Thriller, mystery, sci-fi, other, free genre, horror. Any of these that I go through, I have the purple that says if the door is locked or not. There's cat hair everywhere, always. And then these ones are the prompt cards, and the orange ones are for the outside doors. If I have to restart those, I can remove 2 books instead of 1. Because this is the first round, I don't know if I want to end up long-term going with this angle or one where you can just see the board. So let me know what you think of this, if you want to see my like facial expressions and reactions to everything, or if you want a better close-up look of the board as I'm playing. I am keeping track of everything, writing it down, just so I have it for later when I pick the books, so that's what this is. And I'm gonna just get into the rolls. I'm gonna start at this entrance, but I don't always have to start there. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna go towards this exit here. 6, 7. So a horror by my favorite author. That will work very well for Predictathon. So for my first roll, I landed on a horror book by a favorite author, and I'm going to be reading Little Eve by Katrina Ward. This is on my Predictathon TBR, and it lines up perfectly, so I'm really excited that I got this one. I definitely do consider Katrina Ward a favorite author at this point, and I hope that this one doesn't let me down. So I have 4, and they are doubles, which means I do not have to pull one of these cards to see if I can go through that door. It automatically is unlocked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yellow is my free genre, so I get to read any genre new release. The next room I landed in was yellow, so it was any genre. So I'm counting new release as within the last 6 months. So for that, I'm reading my romance book. I'm going to be reading A Merry Little Meet Cute. This was released in September, so it fits and it works with Romcomathon. So I'm nervous for this because it's big, but the audiobook isn't too long and it has a very interesting premise. Okay. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Free genre that I bought used. Next, still in my free choice room, my prompt was a book that I bought used. I got The Haunted by Bentley Little on Pango recently. I honestly don't really know what this is about, but I bought it and it was used. 11, 1, Door is unlocked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can we get lucky again? Door is locked. Remove one book from TBR. I don't really want to remove any of these, but I guess I will remove bought used. So I'm going to be removing The Haunted from my TBR. So sorry if anyone really wanted to see me read this one, but the other two worked out perfectly with Predictathon. So this was the prompt that I chose to remove. Okay, so now I have to go through different doors, and I have one left. I'm going to go this way. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Door is unlocked. 5. Okay, so a horror that upside down is in first person. Back into a horror room, I landed on a horror in first person. And for that, I have White Horse by Erica T. Worth. I got this from Book of the Month, and it has to do with various types of hauntings, and it most definitely is in first person. Okay, I think I'm gonna go this way and then that way. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another horror from the library. Next, I landed in the horror room and got a book from the library. I have had When the Reckoning comes out from the library since October. I really wanted to get to it then, but with videos, this just ended up not getting prioritized. I do have the audio from Libro, so I'm excited to finally get to this one, and it is on my Predictathon TBR, so once again, trying to double up. 9, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so remove one. Okay, I think I'm gonna remove first person horror. So for the same reasoning as the last one, I'm going to be removing White Horse from my December TBR. I just have the other two perfectly lined up with Predictathon and Holiday Romcomathon. So like I am trying to make December work for me without picking a million books for my TBR. Only because I'm trying to do a lot of extra content and I want everything to work out with my videos and my readathons and everything. So sorry. I'm pretty sure I moved 3 beforehand, so if I'm wrong, so sorry. Okay, different door. Let's go through mystery, just because. 4, 5, 6, 7. Door is unlocked. 8, 9. So a mystery that is a poll pick. I finally made it to a different room. I am in the mystery room and I landed on a poll pick. So I put up this poll choosing between the Paradox Hotel and the Cloisters. And I put up a little like quick description of both, and the winner of that is the Paradox Hotel by Rob Hart. I've had this one on my shelves for a little bit and I think this one sounds so interesting. So I'm really glad that I made my way through to a mystery room so I could get this on my December TBR. Oh, cool. So I do not have to pull a card to go through this door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A thriller with my favorite trope. A thriller room with my favorite trope. Say it with me. I picked a book that lines up with Predictathon. So I'm going to be reading the 22 Murders of Madison May. This exactly lines up with the favorite trope prompt, so it only makes sense. 7, 1, 2, 3. Door is unlocked. 4, 5, 6, 7. So a sci-fi that is a friend pick. I finally made my way to the sci-fi room, which is where I wanted to escape for this first round, and I landed on friend pick. I decided to reach out to my friend Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy. I sent her a picture of my sci-fi shelf. I said you can pick one of these or really whatever you want. So I had been wanting to start a TBR game for a while. I was talking about it on Sprints, and Cassidy sent me a message that perfectly lined up with something that I had been thinking about recently. So since she helped me out with like the idea behind this TBR game going, I wanted to ask her to be the first person that gets to pick for a friend pick. And it worked with sci-fi. I know she mostly reads fantasy, but sci-fi is still in the books she reads. And I'm scared, but I'm going to be reading To Sleep in a Sea of Stars for this. I don't know what this is about, and the audiobook is 33 hours, so really I'm terrified. But it has a pretty cover. Did I mention I'm scared? So yeah. Gonna be reading this in December. I need to figure out a video to put this in because this book is too long to read and not vlog, honestly. 10. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This could be it. I have escaped. 10. So for my first round, I ended up with 6 picks, which is great. Okay, now you have seen all of my first time playing Escape the TBR. I ended up in total getting 8 books and then removing 2 from my TBR. I really like having the part where I can remove things from my TBR because it could get very overwhelming to play this game if I did not have that. Like I could end up pulling cards in exactly the wrong order and just like read a million books. And in theory, that's fine, but I also have a lot of themed vlogs that I don't want to like put all of the books for in my TBR. I want this TBR game to feel manageable and fun and not like stressful, and that I want to stop doing it immediately. So those are my official plans for my reading in December: the Pyramid Book Club, the Lights Out Book Club, Holiday Romcomathon, Christmas Evil Readathon, Predictathon, and my brand new TBR game. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought, and if you are planning to read any. And also tell me in the comments what book you are most anticipating for December. If you've made it the whole way to the end, leave me a haunted house emoji for Escape the TBR. I know you can't tell by the board, but this is like a haunted house. Maybe eventually I will make the board look a little more like that, but for right now, I'm really happy with how this first round went. I hope you enjoyed my new TBR game. I'm really excited that it is finally here, and I can't wait to play this every month. I think it's going to be a really fun way to add some variety to how I pick books every month. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!